Hey, everybody. Welcome to Drunkard's Walk, the podcast. It's me, Matt Hartman. You remember me. I'm one of the hosts of Drunkard's Walk. And along with me, as always, is that other host, the one that maybe you think of first, maybe you think of second, or maybe you think of at exactly the same time as Matt Hartman. It's Jethro Nolan. How's it going, Jethro?
Oh, wow. It's going great. Thanks for that. Now I wonder, do people think of me first or you first?
I know, it's tough to know, right?
I hope the answer is the right one.
You know, usually when I write our little descriptions of our episodes, I flip which one I write first, either Jethro or Matt, so that neither of us feel like the other one is getting top billing all the time.
That's very equitable of you.
Yeah.
And I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Also, half of me is mad about it because I want top billing all the time.
Is that right? Well, then you can start writing all the descriptions. How's that sound?
That sounds like work.
Well, there you go. See, so really, it's just me being nice half the time. Is all it comes down to.
That is exactly what it is. Thank you.
And I'll tell you what, it's been rough, Jethro, because I haven't had a lot of time to work on the podcast lately. I don't know if you know this or not, but the AP calculus test is coming up, and I have been working really hard. My teacher at this inner city school in Los Angeles has been working really hard to help me learn calculus. There were a lot of teachers that thought that we couldn't do it, but we're getting there. We're going to do really well. I have a feeling. And I don't think that I would be really surprised if anybody accused us of any kind of cheating or anything like that, because we're all learning it and we're all going to do a great job. We are going to stand and deliver that type of calculus that they are expecting from us.
Well, I think you just might Edward James almost pass that test.
Yes, indeed. It's true.
I have to say, you've thrown a bit of a curveball this week with your 80s film reference, because you've been going with like the popcorn summer hits, mm-hmm. and Stand to Deliver is a bit more of a niche selection. So
it is. And also like not at all the type of movie that I should be putting myself into, because like obviously
not at all.
You know, I'm a white man. I have no business being there. But what I will say is the reason that I picked it is because I just watched it again and it's so good that I had to bring it up. And if you haven't seen Stand and Deliver, folks, do it, because it's a great movie. It's not entirely true to life, I will say that. Like, there are definitely dramatic.
It's based on a true story.
It is absolutely based on a true story, and there is a lot of truth behind it. It's just it's made to be a little more dramatic. Obviously, they took like that stuff. The stuff that kind of happened to him as a teacher happened over years and years and years. It didn't all happen in one year, but it did. I mean, most of it did happen, and it's a fantastic story. So definitely check that out if you get a chance.
I like the part where they teach you to multiply by nines with your fingers. 9 times 1, 2, 3.
That's right. 27.
72, 27.
Yeah.
70,
yeah.
72, 27.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, Very it just depends on which way you're looking at it. The finger man.
It's so true.
The finger man. Yeah.
He
well,
is.
there you go, Jethro. Aside from coming up with 80s movies references, I haven't done a whole lot since I saw you last. And except think about the fact that where was it that we headed to last time? Oh, Tom Lehrer. Right.
Tom Lehrer.
And man alive, I'll tell you what, I started listening to more of his stuff since then. And just what a fantastic artist he is.
Yeah. It's a great loss that he was like, just walked away from doing musical comedy, because he was so incredibly talented at it. And I mourn the many, many albums that would have come out that the world would have delighted in had he continued to make music.
Well, and went on to teach math, which now we've come full circle. Talk about a drunkard's walk. We really made it all the way around.
You really did. And I tell you what, circles, mm-hmm. they deal with those in math.
They do. Yes.
They really do.
A lot of the time they do. So we got to figure out where we're going this week, though, from Tom Lehrer. And what do you think? Are there guests? Do we have a...
Oh, I tell you what, Matt.
Yeah.
Today is a very special day because we have the two newest TV hosts in the Pittsburgh region who are going to be our guests here today. Please welcome Dave and Briana of the brand new, very local show. And I'm forgetting the title of it now. This is where you guys will correct me and save me from looking like it even more.
Plate It Pittsburgh.
Plate It Pittsburgh.
Fantastic.
Plate It Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Welcome to you both.
Thank you. Thanks for having us.
It's our pleasure. So tell me a little bit about Plate It Pittsburgh. What is the show? What's your role on it? Give us a little, an appetizer, if you will.
Sure, absolutely. So, Hurst
I know you had to pause for a long time to absorb that. It's incredible wordplay.
Absolutely.
Presumably, there'd be a standing ovation applause break.
Pause for effect.
I'll see what I can do.
So Hearst reached out to us about a new show they were shooting for their new platform. It's called Very Local. They have it in all their major markets. So they have one in New Orleans, one in Pittsburgh, obviously. And they wanted to shoot local content that could be streamed pretty much everywhere in the world for their new app. And so this was the concept of a cooking competition where we'll go to a new farmer's market or local market every time with two new local chefs. We go and we shop for 15 minutes. Then they have to get everything they need to make an appetizer, an entree, and dessert around a specific theme. They'll have 45 minutes to then cook an appetizer, entree, and dessert for myself as one of the judges and Briana as well. Then we sit there, talk about their food after we've eaten it. And then the winner gets $500 to the local charity of their choice.
Oh, wow.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Cool.
And so we keep it all local.
That's excellent.
That's awesome. So how did you two get involved in this thing? Like you said that they reached out to you. Were they were just going through the phone book and they just happened to come across?
They got in touch with my people, and then my people got back to them. And
There you go. That's the way to do it. I mean, but no, seriously, how did they track you down?
They reached out to both of us actually through our blog pages. I run a food blog called Brelicious Bites. And they messaged me through my Brelicious Bites Facebook page and asked me if I'll be interested in the show. And of course, I jumped at the opportunity. It's a dream come true.
Sure. Dave, what about you?
Did you? Yeah. What about you, Dave?
Yeah, it's the same thing through my David the Gastronome Instagram page. I, of course, thought it was spam. I was like, there's no way this is real. Like, you guys are just messing with me. And no, it was legit. And we shot a pilot last April, and then it got approved for a full season. So that was incredibly exciting to be able to go and shoot these episodes and go around, meet all these new chefs. And of course, being by Briana, every episode is just absolute treat and treasure.
Oh,
so
there you go.
It's just awesome. And the food was exactly.
Did you guys know of each other as local food bloggers prior to working together?
We did know of each other, but had never met each other. So we met each other in person for the first time on set the first day.
Oh,
excellent. So as local food bloggers, I imagine you have pretty well-informed perspectives on what's new and exciting in the Pittsburgh restaurant scene. What if you had to name a place or two that you're really excited about? I know that restaurants are eager for customers after the whole COVID thing. Where would you send folks?
And you're talking about like a new restaurant that opened, or?
Honestly, whatever you're excited about. If it's something new, if it's an old one that it's a hidden gem, or if it's something, just don't say Permane Brothers, please. That's my only.
Absolutely, will not say Permane Brothers. Dave and I have lots of talks about that.
Yeah. There's a sandwich episode where we severely put Permane's on blast.
Oh wow!
It's like, it is not. It's not. I mean, it's not Pittsburgh food. It's not good food. It's not Pittsburgh food.
Yeah, okay, we're not fans.
So what is?
Yeah.
So what are you fans of?
That's a good question. I think that so last year I did an article for eater.com, right, where I highlighted 38 restaurants in Pittsburgh that people should check out, kind of the essential restaurants. And I did highlight, a lot of Black and Brown owned restaurants because I feel like they don't get a lot of shine otherwise. And so, some of my favorites are Alan Rubin's, which is actually in Washington, PA, but it's like one of my favorite restaurants. It's a Black owned Italian restaurant, and it's kind of like Italian soul. Absolutely amazing. Another one of my favorites is a small cafe called Love Rocks Cafe that's in McKees Rocks. It's ran by Jackie Page. I also love Tie Me Up on the South Side. That's like my favorite Thai place. I think they have the best crab ragoon. I love their spicy basil noodles. I love their pineapple fried rice. I love their spring rolls. There's so many good places, and there, is not just one food that describes what Pittsburgh food is. It's a plethora of things, all kind of things mixed together, not necessarily mixed together, but you get what I'm saying. So many different foods.
A lot of different influences.
Yeah, can define what Pittsburgh food is. So those are a few of my favorites.
That's excellent. And Dave, what about you?
I recently went to the Colombian spot over in the South Side. I had some incredible Colombian food. It was just absolutely delicious. That was really, really good. I really like going to Teppanyaki Kyoto in Highland Park. They're right on Bryant. They do Japanese, more of like what you would find at a like a grill rather than just street sushi. And they do just amazing eel and these onigiri, little Japanese rice triangles with they're stuffed with something or grilled. They're just absolutely delicious, and they have really good sake selection there as well. Wow. I'm always looking for new explorations, new places, and I just love discovering new restaurants. I'm going to do the Nepalese crawl. I know there's a lot of Momo places down on 19. I'm going to do that's on my list to try next. We just went to Sabha again, which I love, over on the north side, and they are a Nepalese Bhutanese restaurant. Very spicy, very delicious. Kind of like, do you like Indian food? I definitely would say check it out, Sabha on the north side.
Excellent. Wow. Man, it's so great. It's so great to have so many options. Pittsburgh, I'm not a native Pittsburgher, and I had, my biased expectations moving here from larger cities, but there's a tremendous amount of really great food here of a lot of different ethnicities and influences. And it's just, I was very pleasantly surprised.
Yeah, I am a native Pittsburgher, and I had all those same biases because I grew up in the North Hills, where Italian food was the Pizza Hut and things like that back in the 80s, where there was not a whole lot to choose from, and certainly not where I was or where I was being exposed to, unfortunately. But there's so much out there. It's so awesome. It's because I lived in DC for a long time, and when I moved back, I was like, oh man, I'm moving back. I'm losing all of these great places, these different types of places you can go to eat and things like that. But no, it's not the case. There's plenty here in Pittsburgh, plenty.
Fantastic. Absolutely. And excellent to have two wonderful tour guides like you to point out the lesser known spots, so we don't just go to the chains and the more familiar places.
Yeah, for sure. So everybody can, if you wrote those things down while they were talking, that's great. Or go check out their blogs, because I'm sure you've both talked about a lot of those places in your blogs, right? So go and check those things out as well, because you can get the info as you need it, or as you eat it.
Good one.
Sounded the same.
Well, speaking of going to undiscovered places, he said with a great segue.
Wow, that was amazing.
So thank you. We'll pause for an audience break here. But what we do on this podcast is we go from one Wikipedia page to another, and we never know the destination that we're going to, because it's always supplied by our guests. So Briana, I understand that you have our destination for today. Can you tell us what Wikipedia page we will be journeying to?
Yes, it is a page about food blogging, because that is how I, got started. So it's, food_blogging on Wikipedia.
Fantastic.
Food blogging, I'll read the definition that Wikipedia gives, is a feature of food journalism interlinking a gourmet interest in food, blog writing, and food photography, the Holy Trinity.
It's beautiful.
Food blogs are generally written by food enthusiasts, often referred to as foodies, and can be used commercially by the blogger to earn a profit. The majority of food blogs use pictures taken by the author himself or herself, and some of them focus specifically on food photography. There are different types of food blogging, such as recipes, food/restaurant reviews, food and travel, and also food photography. And as long as it's a blog about food, it's considered a food blog. Most often, a food blog has overlapping elements of all or some of these elements. A blog is a personal journal, and there is no real rule of writing a food blog. I love it.
Very cool.
All right. No rules. I love it. Just, anything goes. It's Mad Max. Fantastic.
Now, they talk about big foodies there. Now, we've all seen like the chef's table in the restaurants that are featured on those, with like these ridiculously expensive things that are food experiences that are so divorced from normal reality, like, nitrogen infused seafoam that has the hint of asparagus or stuff. Like, have you guys ever eaten at like one of those crazy Michelin high-end?
Is that what they call them?
I always think of gastropub as a little bit more down market.
No, you're right. No, but it's like gastro something, isn't it? Gastro, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know what I'm talking about.
Is it
gastronome? That's what it is. Have you ever eaten a gastronome? Boy, I'll tell you what. No, oh no, why would you?
Don't eat me. I know we both have for sure. My highest experience was eating at Alain Ducasse in Paris. That was like a mortgage payment. But the whole restaurant, you feel like the whole restaurant is there for you. And these courses just come out. And while some of them absolutely are the whisper of foxwood hen mushroom, while described like it's a childhood story is read to it by a 90-year-old man.
Sure.
And his one tear falls into it and it's delicious. There are other dishes, obviously, of like, squab or chicken or fish, but it's the freshest and the best of the best. That course is that pairing is unlike anything that you will ever eat at another experience. You're paying for the experience, really. You're paying for that personal touch of the chef went to that market that morning and picked up these things by hand and has cut them and prepared them solely for you to never be repeated again in that dish. There will never be, because those ingredients that you're being served can never be replicated exactly.
Wow.
Only in that dish that you're enjoying are they captured. And not to self-serve too much, but that's really what we do on Plate It Pittsburgh as well, because the chefs go to the market. They pick the ingredients themselves that day. They have their plan. They go to the kitchen. They cook it just for us, and we get to enjoy that meal, and we get to taste it. And really, that's the spirit of Pittsburgh: is cooking from the heart, cooking from a passionate soul.
You're amazing, Dave.
Yeah. Well, that's fantastic. And Briana, Michelin. Yeah. What's your most out there experience?
I would maybe say, well, there's two when I think of out there, right? So I love Gordon Ramsay, and I don't know how you all feel about, but I am in love with Gordon Ramsay. I watched all of his shows, and so when I went to Vegas, I went to his restaurant. It was Gordon Ramsay Steak, and I got this beef Wellington because on all of his shows he cooks this beef Wellington. I was like, I have to have it. I don't care how much it costs. And I actually went to Vegas by myself. Crazy. It was my first solo trip. And I had an amazing time. And I treated myself, and I didn't love it. I was surprised, a little disappointed. I didn't love it, but I'm glad that I had the experience, for sure. And then when I think of the out there food, it was actually a place here in Pittsburgh. The name is escaping me. It's a restaurant that's on Troy Hill. The name is escaping me, but they did an alternative protein dinner, and I was invited to come out, and we actually ate mealworms and crickets for dinner.
Yeah.
And it was really, really good. Like they grounded up the mealworms and made it into like this meatball. And there was like several different courses, and either the course had like mealworms or it had crickets. And then there was one like kind of like a pasta dish that had the crickets that were kind of whole. That kind of scared me a little bit. But
was it scratch?
Yes, scratch.
Okay.
And so that was an experience of a lifetime because I'm terrified of bugs. So to eat mealworms and crickets, I was just like, I can't believe I'm doing this, but I can take one for the team, and I actually enjoyed it.
Bravo for you for overcoming your fears. I'm married to a woman who also hates bugs, and if I tried to take her to a meal like that, it would end the marriage pretty quickly.
Well, but I mean, you really showed them. I mean, look at this. Yeah, I am eating you.
So what better way to dominate a bug
right here?
Yes.
Very cool. Well, I'm excited to go on this journey, and I'm even more excited to see Plate It Pittsburgh when it comes out on the Very Local app, which for us is in the future, but for you, dear listener, is in the past. That's right. There's going to be 4 episodes out by the time we release this episode. So go ahead and go on to the Very Local app and watch Plate It Pittsburgh. And I'm sure they would love it if you were to like and review it and all the normal web content boosting things.
Yeah.
Because we certainly want to see more local content being made, and especially with such delightful hosts as Dave and Briana.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Thank you.
Well, I'm a judge. I'm not a host. I'm the standing judge on the show. And then Dave serves as a judge, and then we have a guest judge every episode.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Well, I can't wait to hear your verdicts about the various dishes that are served.
Yeah. We're about to live it all for the first time. You guys have done it already. You already know the future.
It's exciting.
It's so amazing.
But we right now know the future because we're being heard at a time of unknown future.
Did we? Wait.
Yeah. When these voices are heard.
Oh,
I just want to say hi, Dave.
Say hi to yourself again, Dave.
That's the beauty of it. You saying hello to yourself as
I love
podcast
it so
listener.
much. It's fantastic.
Yeah,
it's truly what Einstein was talking about.
It is exactly what Einstein was talking about. Yeah, this is what he had in mind.
Well, and because we are taping this on a Zoom call that's going at the speed of light, we are not aging as this happens. So
exactly.
Sure.
Yeah.
Young forever.
Well, I think we need to thank Briana for the wonderful suggestion. And Dave, I believe that as a Patreon subscriber, that you are sticking with us for the entire walk. Because you have graced us with your presence, and we owe that to you as a Patreon subscriber. But Briana, we really appreciate you coming on and giving us a suggestion, and very excited to see your show. And thank you so much for sharing all the great information about the great Pittsburgh restaurants.
Thank you so much for having me. It's been a blast. I'm hoping that we get a chance to do this again sometime. Be sure to follow me on Instagram and Facebook at Relicious Bites, and be sure to download that very local app on your smart TV so you can watch Plate It Pittsburgh.
There you go. Thank you so much.
Thank you guys. Have a good evening.
Care.
See you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
All
right, Dave. Now you're officially changing hats.
Yeah.
From host of Plate It Pittsburgh to now Drunkard's Walk super fan and Patreon supporter.
I'm so nervous.
Let's talk Hydrox. Let's talk bloops, man. Let's talk all the old school stuff.
There we go.
Yeah.
There we go indeed. The first thing we need to do is write down our guesses in terms of how many links we think it's going to take to get from our starting point, which is Tom Lehrer, to food blogging.
Yeah. Okay. I've been okay.
Your confidence is really coming across.
Yeah, I know. Well, I was so confident last week, and then you killed me again, and I just don't know.
Oh,
just not ready.
Spoilers.
Oh, sorry. Well, for you, I mean, everyone else is already.
I guess not now.
You that's already heard already knows, so don't worry about it.
Oh, this is. I don't know who to.
I know who to listen to anymore. But so whatever. I got it. I wrote something down. We'll see what happens from it.
I don't understand why you guys just don't have every number written down in front of you at all times, and they just hold those up, the right one up, to win every week.
It's the honor in my heart that it wouldn't allow me to do that. I've thought about it, but I will tell you, Dave. Are you writing down a guess as well?
I did. I wrote down a guess.
So just in case you need to know, our season average right now is 5. That's how it's been. That's our season average. But I have to tell you that several episodes have resulted in lower than 5. So
I love it.
That's all I'm going to tell you right now, in case that helps you in your math that you have to do here. How about drinking? Is anybody doing a drink as we're walking here? Anybody?
I haven't left my drink downstairs.
Yeah,
I'm having a little Pinot Noir.
Oh, very nice. Very nice.
And you, sir?
I've been feeling a little bit under the weather. So I decided tonight it was going to be some mint herbal tea that I was going to be drinking with Bailey's in it, because
there you go.
And it's really good. I've never done that before. I've never put Bailey's in mint tea. Oh, it's fantastic, I have to say. So
it's like a milk tea consistency.
It almost is. Yeah. I mean, well, my wife is from the UK. They put milk in their tea all the time. So I'm quite used to having milk in my tea. So it does kind of taste like the same as it would if you put milk in it, except a little nicer.
Yeah. That sounds lovely because of the alcohol.
Yeah, that's right. Correct. And last week, I mean, it was supposed to be our St. Patrick's Day episode. This is kind of a St. Patrick's Day episode. We're a couple days after. So, I figured Bailey's Irish Cream, that was a good thing to have. And Dave, you don't have one? You left your drink downstairs, you said?
I completely forgot it in my excitement
to
come up on the podcast.
Well,
what were you drinking? Were you drinking water? Or?
I was drinking Coke Zero with habanero lime syrup.
No, you were not, you big liar.
No, I wasn't. Drinking water.
No one else is drinking that. I know the truth.
I'm going to buy it. I'm going to make it. I'm going to sell it. It's Drunkard's Walk Mix.
Oh, there you go. It's well done. I don't know what Coke's going to say, but I say you go for it.
Mm-hmm. They don't know.
No,
it's you can't copyright a recipe.
No,
can you?
Well, they did actually for Coke, but
what if I just call it Dave's Fun Drink?
There you go, Dave's Fun Drink. I think that was the original name of Pepsi, actually.
There you go,
Dave's Fun Drink. All right, well, so we're off, are we? From Tom Lehrer off to food blogging. Food blogging. Oh, man.
Food blogging.
That's a lot of tea.
Food blogging is the Red Bull flying competition.
Yeah.
Klugentage blogging.
There you go.
Yeah.
So Tom Lehrer, a retired American musician, born in 1928, aged 93 right now, folks.
Wow.
93. So there you go. But yeah, he's in his years active 1945 to 1971, and then again in 1980, and then again in 1998, according to this Wikipedia article. So I'm guessing he did like one or two songs here or there, and so that's why they gave him those credits. But I don't know where do you go from a comic musician into food blogging? I don't even know what direction to head here.
I mean, I feel like there's a lot of possibilities. There's anything that gets us into expressing an opinion online.
Oh, sure. Sure.
Which many things do. So like music is definitely a way to that venue, because I feel like food blogging, we can really get there through the food route or through the blogging route.
Being a big writer too. I mean, that's a huge part of food writing, criticism. Being a satirist is also a form of, taking something that someone else has created and like working with it, building on it. So I noticed that's linked at the beginning.
Are there satirical chefs? Are there chefs who only make hilarious dishes that are based off of other more popular dishes?
Yeah, I think like YouTube, isn't that like Epic Mealtime? It's full of that.
Is that
stuff.
what that is? Okay.
You take real chef cooking and you make your own. Well, Mythical Kitchen, they do that a lot with from the Good Mythical Morning. They take like gourmet Taco Bell and they'll do different kinds of.
Oh yeah. I've seen
other stuff, taking other chefs' cuisine.
Wow. Way to go, world. I was merely making a smart alecky comment. And
well,
it actually exists.
If you can think of it, it's probably happened. One of the things
just going to say
that I noticed in when she was giving the definition was journalism was brought up a number of times. Now there is quite a bit of there's actually like David Frost is on here and the Frost Report, and there are other journalists named. There are journal like journalist type things, like the BBC is on here, right? There's journalism in there, the news. But you know what else is on here? Jell-O Shot.
Nice.
Because he claims to have created the Jell-O Shot.
Another reason to celebrate the man.
There you go. So, I mean, that's a food is, I guess, what I'm saying here. So there's a food that you could definitely go through a food if you wanted to get into food blogging. I mean, you're our expert on food blogging, obviously, Dave. So,
honestly,
you're going to have
one that jumped out for me is Bachelor of Arts, because I'm pretty sure you can get a degree in either writing, food criticism, something related to the culinary arts.
Interesting.
That's true. I see strychnine.
Strychnine.
Listed
Not
here.
Good for consuming.
I don't think that's something you're supposed to eat.
I know, but that's going to be mentioned on the strychnine page because it's a common poison, and it's mentioned in relation to Tom Lehrer's wonderful song "Poisoning Pigeons in the Park." But it is also food adjacent or food related, which is why I bring it up.
Okay. Yeah. Food adjacent.
As in, please do not eat this.
Yeah. Inedible. The opposite of food is what it is. So it is food adjacent on the other side of things. Mad Magazine is on here. Has Mad Magazine ever done any food critiquing or criticism? Because, I mean, it's a publication, I guess is what I'm bringing up here. So if you want to get into publications, perhaps that is a
Mad Magazine to just magazine.
To magazines, right? Yeah, exactly.
To Not Angry Magazine.
Yeah, exactly. The calm magazine or happy,
or
magazine.
Possibly this could happen. We go to the Wikipedia page for Mad Magazine and there's like a fold in. So we have to fold our monitors so we can read the hidden message.
Sure.
I love those so much.
Sure. Yeah. I see liquidation is on here. What the heck? That's not going to help me. Unless you're liquefying something where cooking it, maybe, but I don't think that's what it means by liquidation here. Mm-hmm. Gosh, well, I don't know. Where do we end up here? Do we think Bachelor of Arts? Do we think
this one is completely selfish? Yeah, but there is a link to Weird Al Yankovic on here.
Yeah. Oh,
and I love Weird Al, and he
sings about food all the time.
Eat it.
Eat it. Spam.
Yeah.
La lasagna.
Yeah. He's got all kinds of food related
And
things.
he's actually touring with Emo Phillips in the not too distant.
He's still alive.
Emo Phillips, of course, yeah.
They're both still
Emo had passed.
No, in fact, when I saw Weird Al, he was with him as well. He was with Emo Phillips open for him.
That's amazing.
This must be a thing that they do. I do want to say though that the Washington Post is on here. As is Gene Weingarten, who is a humor columnist for the Washington Post. I don't think he's ever done any food blogging, but the Washington Post might be the way to go.
That is good.
Source is also on here. In journalism, a source is a person, publication, or knowledge of other record or document. So Source might even be a good one to go towards. I like Weird Al too. I mean, I would rather go to Weird Al's page, but I feel like if we're trying to get there the fastest,
right?
Maybe a newspaper.
I feel like as a premium Patreon subscriber that Dave has the right to force us to go.
Sure.
I also feel like you've gone to Weird Al in the past, so I just feel bad. Retreading. I feel like it stuck out to me.
That's definitely possible.
Does he also go by Pliny the Elder?
He does.
Baphomet is his real name.
There we go.
Gosh, we haven't seen Pliny or Baphomet like for a long time, and we got to find them again. All right. Well, what do you think, Dave? You've got some options here ahead of you, and you are a guest, so you do get final say. So, what do you think?
I like efficiency first, and then we can play. So let's go to Washington Post. I'm almost positive.
All right.
Food article.
Does everybody see where it is here?
Mm-hmm. No. Editor Gene Weingarten.
Yeah, it's under revivals and discographic reissues. 3 or 4 paragraphs down in February of 2008. In a February 2008 phone call, Gene Weingarten of the Washington Post.
And we don't want to go with off the record linking to source.
That's I was told Washington Post. So
all right, that's cool. Washington Post it is. Let's do it.
I've actually met Gene Weingarten because he runs the Post Hunt in Washington D.C. He and Dave Barry and a guy named Tom Snyder all organized it. And so when you win, which I have done with a team, don't get me wrong. In fact, one of our previous guests this season, Todd Eder, was the captain of that team. We got to meet all 3 of them. We went up on stage and shook their hands, and they gave us a check, and it was awesome.
Very nice.
Yeah, very cool stuff.
Very cool.
Very nice indeed.
But now we are off to the Washington Post. So what do we got here in the Washington Post? There's a lot of stuff, man. Holy cow.
Controversial food blogs.
Yeah, is that on there? Is that a particular?
No, I'm just projecting. I'm willing it into existence.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah, that'd be nice if it was there. It's of course a newspaper that I read quite often for a long time because I lived in the Washington D.C. area, so would read a lot of the Washington Post, which I still do honestly, because even when I don't, because it's available online. So
it is one of the 2 remaining newspapers in America. So that's good.
All that's left.
Seems to be true.
Is this a Bezos one? I feel like he owns this one.
Yes, he does.
Yeah.
Does he?
I mean, statistically, probably.
He owns just saying it.
But he actually does own. the Washington.
Okay. So I'm assuming there's got to be like an internet era. Oh, there it is. The Jeff Bezos era. So is there something about? There's Amazon is on here, which is obviously Amazon.com is what it links to.
There are a list of notable staff at the bottom. I'm not seeing a food writer. I'm seeing a lot of opinion writers and reporters.
Okay, here's something I want to throw out at you, and I haven't gone through this whole thing yet, but there is a link to the 2020 Webby Awards.
Oh,
and those
that's really good.
Those are I don't know exactly what they are. I guess they're awards for websites. Is that it? Just websites?
It's like the Pulitzer, but for people who write websites.
So there you go.
So absolutely, best food blogger will definitely be on there.
Right. Exactly. So I'm thinking that might be a good path in, unless food blogger is on this page already,
right?
Or something similar to it, perhaps. I don't know. Maybe there's something more food related than the Webbies, but I do sort of like that.
That's really good.
Have you guys seen anything else? I'm seeing The Guardian and China Daily. There's all kinds of other publications on here.
The problem is the paper's been around for so long. There was so much pre-food blog period.
Yes.
To skip over.
That's true.
Like JFK.
Very, very frustratingly, I'm actually running into the word blog, not linked. It's right by the Webby awards link, or at least in the Jeff Bezos era.
Yeah.
Blog and podcast with a retro theme. Although there is a link to retro style.
I see Donald Trump's Twitter account is linked on here.
No, thank you.
Yeah.
Right? Hard pass.
Right? Isn't that terrible? Like, why is that there?
Yeah.
Listen, if I want that, I will sign up for Truth Social.
Is that still a thing?
Is that what that's called? Is that the thing?
That's recently launched. Yeah.
Oh boy.
Probably by the airing, that time this airs, it will happen.
Exactly.
One would hope.
Whenever the grift is finished is when that will collapse.
Oh, well, then it'll still be on. It'll still be going. That's perfect.
There you go.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, a lot of other publications in here, obviously, but I don't see anything that is particularly related to like Food Columnist or anything along those lines. A lot of
I see fact checks.
Yeah.
Yeah. Blogs and are often fact checkers.
Oh, I thought you said fat checks.
No,
I don't know what
that's
they were
right.
making, but okay.
They were making fat checks.
It's the new Chex Mix that's for the keto crowd. It's all natural fats.
Fat checks.
Just made with a variety of different fats.
These are not going to be good.
Grab a handful.
Don't set them out for the summer party either, because they're just going to melt right there. Yeah, not going to be good.
I will say though, letting fats come to room temperature is a very enjoyable experience. We started storing our butter on the counter rather than the fridge, and it makes a world of difference. Putting your cheese out an hour or so before you eat it, it's highly recommended. Fats are meant to be soft and
amen, brother.
Hi, that's me. That's me to a T. If you want to up your charcuterie board game, just put that baby out before the party, like an hour before the party arrives.
Oh yeah,
it's gonna be next level. Just like you said, cheeses and meats. Yeah. It's good stuff.
I see Google News Lab on here and YouTube are linked on here. Certainly YouTube is has food bloggers on it. Now, whether or not food blogger would be on the YouTube Wikipedia page, that is a bigger question.
I agree. That is tough. I really think you hit the nail.
You think it's Webbies?
The Webby. I really do.
I also see George Soros, and I have it from very reliable sources that he's in control of everything. So there's probably everything linked on his page.
All the food.
Just been informed that George will not allow me to click on that link. I'm sorry.
Okay. Well, so you got to do what he says. So
there you go.
I'm listening.
There you go.
All right. Well, I'm down with Webbies. You guys good with Webbies?
Let's do it. Let's web it up.
All right. So the 2020 Webby Awards is what this links to. Let's take a look at
and there is a food. Oh my God! There's a food and drink that links to Oreo.
There are very few links on this page.
Oreo, the people who stole Hydrox, is actually an external link. It goes to the Oreo website.
Oh no,
that's ridiculous.
I've made a huge mistake.
Wait, this is just a list of. It just goes to a bunch of external locations. It's all external links. I don't think there's any. Oh no. There's like 2 lines of an article at the top. Yeah, this is bad.
Oh,
what's
God.
even more frustrating is that there.
Oh no! Wait, at the bottom there are podcasts.
Blanks.
There are a bunch of podcasts at the bottom that it links to their Wikipedia pages at least.
Okay,
so that's good.
There's so many blanks though.
Yeah,
there are a lot of blanks.
Yeah, there's a food section, food and drink, social. They're all blank. Food and drink series.
Awesome.
Oh boy, I'm so sorry.
Oh no, I really think that some of these things down here are going to help us though. These podcasts and things like that. Like I'm not saying
like Judge John Hodgman.
Well, I was just going to say we love that one.
It's a good one.
I do like that.
Further from food
quite a bit. Yeah. It's not really a food thing.
Excellent.
Oh
boy.
There's some red links here, which means those don't really exist.
Those aren't going to be good. I tell you what, we should not go to. There's a link to all of the different years that they've been around. Let's not go to a different one.
Boy. Well, wait. What if we go to 2019 and they're all filled in? And there's a food blog from that year.
Huh.
Or it's empty.
Ooh, yeah, I mean, it could be the same as this. This is what I'm
just
afraid
thinking
of.
Because it's 2020, maybe like they cut it short. Maybe they didn't award them. Maybe everyone died. You know, the whole series of things that could have happened.
Yeah, those things are all possible. I don't know. I mean, I don't know a lot of these podcasts, so I don't even know if they are.
Yeah.
Hold on a second here. There is a link for Webby Special Achievement, and one of the people listed is Massimo Bottura.
Okay, yeah.
And when you hover over him, he's an Italian restaurateur and the chef patron of Osteria Francescana.
Oh,
a 3 Michelin star restaurant based in Modena, Italy.
It's down near the very bottom.
It is the last category listed for special achievement for the Webbies. So that is a food related person that we could put.
He is one of the most famous Italian restaurateurs in the whole world. So I mean, Bottura's restaurants they definitely have been food organized, food written. Yeah, I think that's a good one.
Let's do it.
You hit the nail on the head.
Well, you think that's the way to go? I mean, Patton Oswalt is on here. You don't think Patton Oswalt has ever done any?
He does like to eat
food blogging, or
he does eat food.
The word internet is linked. I mean,
most of these people eat food.
Yeah,
I would say 100% of the people.
Oh, 100%. Now, come on. Can that possibly be true? Is that ever the case?
Statistically,
there's always somebody.
So.
There's always somebody who's not going to.
There's always one dentist who won't recommend. Right. He's just holding out.
Plus or minus 1%. Let's say that.
Fair enough.
So it could be 101% of the people. All right. Well,
it could be.
If you guys think that's the way to go, I have no idea. Are we really going to get to food blogging from this person who's a restaurateur?
I have to. I mean, he's far closer to food than anything else I can see on this page. The only thing that would get us closer would be 2019 if it had a food blog linked on that page. I think we're still at least 2 links away right now.
Okay.
No matter what.
You don't think internet is probably going to have? I mean, I understand it's a huge thing.
Internet.
That is, but it's linked here. Like it could have blogs and then blog to food blog. I mean,
there's also a link to Thing.
I'm serious.
Blogging is a thing.
So listen to me.
Everything.
It's the internet. The internet could very well have blog as a link on it because you can't blog anywhere other than the internet. It's a web blog.
That's assuming that blogs includes a link to food blog.
That's true. That's true.
That is true. And I tell you what, Matt, I know that the geographic route is much maligned on this podcast for good reason.
Yep.
And the thing about the geographic route is that it goes through large abstract categories like countries to get to specific things. I think a more exciting journey of discovery will transpire if we go through the more specific, tinier door like Massimo Bottura.
Yeah.
And also, I hate to keep playing this card, but Dave Forman.
Yeah, no. I'm going to go with wherever Dave wants to go. Don't get me wrong.
He's legendary.
All right, let's do it.
Just the opportunity to go to his pages.
All right, let's do it. We didn't go to Weird Al. Let's go.
My computer just released the scent of jasmine and herbs.
That'll be $250.
Yeah.
Wow, this is very expensive. The internet's supposed to be free. You're taking all my Bitcoin.
It's that 3 Michelin star. That's what happens.
I lost all my Bitcoin too.
He won a 2020 Webby Special Achievement Award.
Well, we knew that already, didn't we?
Indeed.
Okay, so
Chef's Table is linked here.
Yeah, the world's 50 best restaurants award.
Parmigiano Reggiano is linked here.
Ooh, fantastic. Speaking of great cheeses,
Cacio e Pepe.
Yeah. Oh, there's a lot of cheese. Yeah, a lot of cheeses listed on here. Nobel laureates in economics. What? Why is that on here? Huh. All right. Well, this is great. The only thing I'm really not seeing on here, I mean, there's a lot of stuff. The only thing I'm really not seeing is anything having to do with blogging.
Yeah. Or food writing at all.
Or food writing in any way.
There is a link at the bottom to Italian cookbook writers and Italian chefs. I'm not saying let's go there. I'm just throwing it out there.
I'm not category desperate yet.
Huh.
Oh, you have to be desperate? You have to be desperate. You're above
category? Yeah, you do.
I think so.
I see how it is.
Was there an episode of Master of None where someone food blogs? There's a lot of food on Master of None.
I mean, there's a lot of food on that show for sure.
Yeah.
Whether they do any food blogging.
I remember.
I don't know about that either.
Go to that Father John Misty show, and they write about that. Can't remember.
Could we go to a specific restaurant? Maybe there's somebody who's written about a particular restaurant.
Yeah, I don't know. Unless it was like a famous write-up, I can't imagine. There is a thing on here about.
So El Bulli is there, and that is one of the most famous restaurants in the whole world.
You know, and so you think it would talk about food bloggers going there or something like that?
Possibly, there might be like a response to the food. Also, Alain Ducasse is on there. Not to toot my own horn, but toot. That's the meal that I had.
There you go.
And he's linked on there.
Yeah.
Are you going to be on that page?
Oh my goodness! Dave Forman ate at Alain Ducasse in 2017.
Notable consumers.
Notable diners. Yeah. I do like El Bulli. I like the Osteria. Chef's Table is good too. The Netflix show.
Yeah.
Because they do talk to a lot of people, including chefs and bloggers.
Oh, they do talk to food bloggers?
I think they just talk to everybody on that.
Well,
they have. I mean, well, I tell you, Chef's Table will definitely have a lot of chefs and restaurants listed, though, yes, because I've seen that show. It's fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
And they do talk about, they feature a chef on each episode, and they go deep into talking to people about that chef and what that chef does that makes it special. And a lot of the people they talk to are journalists and bloggers and the like, who sing the praises of a particular chef.
All right. Well, what do you think, Dave? What do you like?
I think I like Chef's Table. What do you guys think? Is that all right?
I love it. I like it.
I think we're going where you want to go, man. So Chef's Table it is. Let's do it. Let's go to that Chef's Table. Table. Right. Table. Not EL. I see awards. I see Emmys. I see cooking.
Very good. Very good.
I see reality TV.
David Gelb considers it a follow-up to his documentary Jiro Dreams of Sushi.
Sure.
So
yeah. Well, why not?
Massimo Bottura, the first chef on the first episode.
Yeah, it's not going to help us at all. There are a lot of different restaurants linked on here. You were absolutely correct about that.
Scroll down to the bottom, see if there's
a lot of. Let's see. Yeah, YouTube is here again. College Humor, IFC, Portlandia.
Did you see James Beard? And they award for food writing.
The James Beard Foundation Award is linked.
Yes.
Yeah. I like
they award restaurants, and they also award for food writing as well.
Oh, I see. Do they have and food bloggers get that award?
Absolutely. Online articles. Absolutely. Okay. There's like best food blog, best food article.
Got it. Then I mean, something like that may be the way to go. And unless you want to go to a particular restaurant, like we mentioned before, that's certainly a possibility as well. But I don't see anything about food blogging specifically on this page.
Yeah. One thing I did see, Christina Tosi is listed here. She's in the Volume 4 Pastry, Episode 1. In Milk Bar, she famously had to change the name of one of her desserts. She had recently, she had called it like crack cookie. And so obviously very insensitive naming. So due to a food blogging response, she changed the name. I don't know if that's important enough or that will be tied back to specific food blogging, but I mean, it was her choice ultimately to change the name of the addictive pie that she made.
Right.
But that is one that stood out. So I'd say either Tosi or James Beard. That's what I like.
Well, I can certainly go either way on that. I have no dog in this fight, so I say call it, man.
Yeah. Just looking on the right side to see if there's anybody I recognize, any names, anything that sticks out, any food bloggers who are like executive producers or writers for the show. Right.
Yeah. I was looking at those names too, and realized that it wouldn't mean anything to me because I don't know many food bloggers' names other than yours.
Oh, the only one that there's very few linked to. But I appreciate it. You know my name.
Yeah.
Met. Let's go down to James Beard. Let's do that.
Yeah. James Beard Foundation Award. Is that what we're looking at?
Writing. Yeah.
James Beard Foundation Award.
Is listed under awards.
All right, so it just says journalists. Bummer. Instead of where I was hoping it would say food bloggers.
So they do have awards linked from the 2010s and the 2020s. So we could click on those. I would say go to the 2010s because that's 10 of those years have happened as opposed to only 2 of the 2020s.
There's lists of past winners here, although they all look to be restaurants. I suppose.
Yeah.
Cooks Illustrated, is that a thing? That's a magazine, I guess.
Yeah, it's a great magazine.
Yeah.
There are 2005 inductees included Carol Field, a book author and food writer in San Francisco. So there's definitely writers about food that are listed here.
Yeah, there's a lot of names down here. You should definitely come down and take a look at these because I see a lot of cookbook author and journalists.
Corby Kummer, American journalist, writes primarily about food. Senior editor at Atlantic Magazine, where he writes a monthly food column.
Column. Oh, okay. Yeah.
I don't know if these people have heard that the internet is the wave of the future.
I don't know.
Have you heard of this thing?
They got to get on these blogs. Food and Drink Literary Awards.
Yeah, that's a category. I just saw that. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know any of these names, but if they mean,
I feel like one of these names could get us to food blogging if we knew anything about who they were.
Right. Exactly.
What we need is not a food enthusiast, but a food blog enthusiast to come on who just reviews food blogs.
And a lot of these author awards, when they're in the who's who, they're normally very established. So it's someone who's been writing since well before the internet was a thing.
Yeah.
I see Anthony Bourdain on here. Bobby Flay. Betty Fussell.
There's Russ Parsons as well, food editor and columnist of the LA Times. I mean, I like Russ. I like Corby. I don't know if either of them has a food blog. That's the thing.
Yeah.
John T. Edge, writer, commentator, the director of the Southern Foodways Alliance. I'm positive he's got a blog.
Maybe some of these people, if we hovered over them.
Yeah, I've tried some of that. I haven't found anything
that's
yet,
what I've been doing.
But, all right, then I'm not nearly as clever as I thought.
No, that's good. That's
smart. You're very clever.
Thank you. Validate me.
You're the best. You're
Thank you.
Equally best.
Well, now it's first. Now it's less special.
We're all special.
That's really why we brought you on, Dave, to force you to choose.
Oh, well, no, but you brought me on so I could be second.
I
could be lower than everyone.
Here's what I want to throw out at you. Maybe we should just go up to the top here and just click on journalists.
Yeah, but
because
all journalists though.
Well, but because I'm saying like a type of journalist is a blogger, and perhaps it'll be linked from there. I mean, I'm not saying it will for sure, but
I feel like we're so close right here.
We're so close. I can smell it. I can taste it.
That'll be $250.
Yeah.
Oh no!
It'll cost you.
Yeah, I feel bad, but I think you might be right. We might have to take a more general approach.
Why wouldn't we go to the category though of food prizes, food writing prizes?
Because categories are for weaklings, and that's not what we are.
Wow.
Yep.
The violence.
The food writing prize
happening.
Threw it down.
Yeah.
Where's it at?
It's at the very bottom.
The very, very bottom where the awesome categories live.
Awesome.
The last category is called Food and Drink Literary
Awards.
Which I guarantee you
that will
absolutely have some kind of food blog.
But here's another posit. It will not have the words food blog on it. It will only be a list of food blogs. We will have to then click on one of those specific food blogs to get food blogger,
which is fine. I mean, if we go to journalist, I don't know that. Oh well, I guess actually, food blogger could be on the journalist page.
On journalist page,
it's not likely, but it is possible. Yeah,
my fear is we get to journalists. There's less of a way out.
Well, I would think that blog
I feel like
is going to be on there.
Blogging is definitely going to be on there, and I feel like blog is going to have food blogs are a significant enough percentage of the blogs out there. Like it's a higher profile. Like we've all read food blogs,
right? It's
not like it's going to be like Lord of the Rings fan fiction.
I mean, that's a journalist. That's an author, not a
fair. All right.
Let's do journalists.
Let's do journalists. If you guys hate
Journalists.
Okay.
All right. Journalist it is. Here we are.
Journalists today.
Oh no.
Research.
It's another tiny page.
Wow. I didn't know that journalism was so threatened as it is by its apparent meager representation here.
It's ironic, truly.
If only somebody would write about this and inform us all.
So cosplayer is linked on here, and blog seems to not be.
Blogger is linked at the bottom.
Oh, it is.
Under the big purple roll there. There's a blogger
rolls.
Link.
Okay. Well,
there's also
that's
blogging.
Yeah, there's
also links to blog.
Yeah.
There's also Gonzo, which is wonderful.
It's one of my favorite journalism types.
Mm-hmm.
Gonzo journalism. I could name so many Gonzo journalists, but I'm just going to say Hunter S. Thompson.
I was just going to say he's the only one that anyone can name.
I could name so many more, but I'm not going to right now at this time.
Name ones of others.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. Food Critic is linked on here.
Oh.
I feel like Blogger is better. I feel like Blogger is better than Food Critic.
Well, I agree, but I wish that Food Blogger was. Food Critic's going to be linked. Why isn't Food Blogger linked? You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Feels like it should be.
Mm-hmm.
Why isn't it? What's the problem?
I don't know.
According to Reporters Without Borders, 2018 was the worst year on record for deadly violence and abuse towards journalists.
Yikes.
That's terrible.
I mean, yeah. At least it hasn't been continuing to get, you know what I mean? Like at least
I thought it was going to be
2022. So, that's good, I guess.
Yeah. I'm not to be Johnny contrarian, but it's probably from a pretty low base. I'm guessing. I'm guessing journalism is one of the safer occupations out there.
Might be. Yeah. I don't know. I have no actual statistics, so I really couldn't say. All right. Are we going to Blogger then? Is that what we're going to?
Go to Blogger,
which is it's just going to take us to blog. Is that okay?
I mean, it has to be.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Well, that's where we're headed then. We're going to blog, folks.
Here we are.
Finally, we're done with the podcast.
Weblog.
Now we're going to blog.
There we go. There it is.
And there's all kinds of different blogs talked about on here. I see video blogs, edu blogs, art blogs.
I see fashion, medicine, music, entertainment, trade. Why isn't food listed there? I ask myself.
I see Gonzo again.
What?
There it is under genres.
You can't get it.
Goodness gracious.
Gonzo is the new Pliny the Elder.
Yeah. And we're not even talking about Gonzo.
There's a link to microblogs.
Beanie Babies is linked on here. Swarthmore College. What?
Live Journal.
Come on. It's got to be. It's got to be on here, right? I mean, there's no way that
it's got to be under types. Yeah, there's so many different types.
Political.
It's ironic that blogging is such a huge article.
I know, especially compared to
way bigger than journalism. You know why? You know who writes this? You know who writes Wikipedia? Bloggers.
Yeah,
not journalists.
There it is.
That sounds right.
In fact, the journalism page is now just whatever.
It's just a bunch of idiots. Bloggers are the coolest in the world.
There we go.
Dream blogs, health blogs, travel blogs, book blogs, fashion blogs, microblogging.
A reverse blog.
Classical music blogs. What is happening? Somebody's gone through and taken these things out on purpose. This is all a setup. Dave, did you do this? Is this a
Briana?
I knew we were going to head here.
Briana is listening in and going in and rapidly editing the pages.
What is she listening on?
I don't know.
Future Pod?
Not on the Future Pod. Oh, we never should have published straight to Future Pod. That's my mistake. Futurepod.com, the best food blog online. This is insane.
This is wild.
I can't believe I'm as far down into this article.
There is a list of blogs.
All blogs?
There's a glossary of blogging.
Wow.
It's very strange that there is not something here that talks about food blogs.
Did we confirm? I guess she read us part of the page, so we definitely confirmed that it was a page.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It could have been redirected, but I don't know. I think it would say food blog at the top.
Okay, so I found it.
Oh, okay.
At the very bottom in the purple section under web syndication, If you open that up, there are types, and one of them says food, which if you mouse over, takes you to food blogging.
Oh,
Yay!
Oh, thank goodness.
Whoo!
Types. Wow.
That is deep.
Yeah. And that's it. That's where we had to get to food blogging. Holy
food blogging. Here we go,
folks.
Food blogging.
Yeah.
Not a huge page itself either.
No. Very small.
I'm surprised there's not a list of famous food bloggers.
Yeah.
I'll have to edit it right now.
You should get in there. You could be the only one listed on here. I think you should definitely do that.
Dave would add Briana.
That's true. Absolutely.
Briana.
Yes.
He's a sharer and a wonderful improviser. Exactly.
Oh, you put yourself second. That's so good of you.
I mean, alphabetically, yeah. Brelicious bites.
I see how you're doing it. Yeah. Okay.
I love what a wonderful, warm, generous, sharing, friendly persona Dave has.
Yeah.
I just love the idea on his show. He's just going to snap and ream some chef like, this is shit.
Watch out, Gordon Ramsay. I'm coming for your crown.
You don't put paprika in curry. Just absolutely lose it for some reason.
The funny behind the scenes element. I actually did get into an argument with one of the chefs. About what a gastrique was.
Really?
And I was just like, this is not a gastrique. I don't know if that'll make it to air, but we'll see. See if it does or not.
Did you have to eventually just like back off and just be like, all right?
It was like agree to disagree.
I guess did we disagree here? Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
And just for my ignorant ear, what is a gastrique?
So it's like a vinegar and a fruit. So like a strawberry gastrique or like a cherry gastrique would be really good, like a duck breast. So you'll take the macerated fruit and kind of almost cook it with the vinegar, the acid. It really enhances the flavors, brings it out, and kind of deepens the flavor. And then you'll put that over like a rich meat.
Oh. So let me ask you this, Dave. You have a very sophisticated palate. You know a lot. You eat at a lot of different places. You've earned the right to have well-informed opinions about food. What about cooking? Are you any good at cooking?
I'm the worst cook in the entire world. I cannot cook anything. I pour a bowl of cereal and it catches on fire.
Wow.
Okay.
Yeah, I get in my own way all the time because I think, the recipe calls for this. I should have this and I should do it like this and I could change it like that. I've watched this on a cooking show. I know what I'm doing. I don't know what I'm doing. And I think that then, ironically, it forces me to leave my house because I've ruined dinner.
There you go.
Now I have to go out to eat and eat at another restaurant.
And another entry in the food blog.
Yeah, well,
yeah, I might be my harshest critic. I don't know. Maybe everything I make is okay, but it's just so much worse than what I eat at restaurants.
Well, that's not fair.
It's trash.
That's not fair. You can't. You're an amateur. You haven't practiced enough yet. And once you practice enough, you'll get that expert level that the chefs have in the restaurants, and you'll be cooking just like them.
Absolutely. Was it 10,000 hours? I think.
Exactly. Well, and you'll be cooking with gas.
Yeah, I got to say, Matt, we made it in record time.
No, a different kind of record, but yes.
Yeah, exactly. The opposite end for the season.
Yeah, we did. It took us 8 links to get there. Which I got to say, when we got from Tom Lehrer to the Washington Post, I thought we're going to be there in 3. I really thought we were going to be there quick, but not the case at all. 8 links is what it took us. So, Jethro, I'm going to tell you first what I put down, which was half of that amount.
Really?
I put 4. Yeah.
You put 4.
I did.
Wow. Yeah. Well, I had slightly less faith in us.
Oh, you put 5. Yeah, I had 5 and I crossed it out and wrote 4, which is I always second guess myself. A mistake. Dave, did you beat us both?
No, Matt. You're in good company.
4 also. All right. Well, since we both had 4, I guess that means that Dave and I win since he's the guest. So sorry, Jethro.
Oh,
you're going to lose this one, even though you were right. No, Jethro wins yet again, folks. But not right on the nose this time, like he was so often so far this season. But well done, sir. You are up 4-2. So congratulations on your streak continues.
Well, I tell you what, the real prize is getting to spend time with you two lovely gentlemen on this wonderful journey. It's always a delight, Matt, to traipse through Wikipedia with you. And Indeed. Dave, it's nice to have our biggest and most earnest and constant supporter join us here in the booth as we're and go along the walk with us.
100%.
The pleasure is all mine. This is a truly just absolutely amazing experience. I loved being able to do this because I play along at home, and to be able to play along with you two is just incredible. So thank you both so much for having me on and for offering such a great platform for creativity and humor, and a nice little bit of respite during these times.
Oh, you bet, buddy. You bet. And thank you so much for doing it. And, Dave did get this opportunity because he is a patron. He did go on Patreon. He did sign up. So if you want to join him, if you want to go on a walk with us, he gets to go with us once a season. He gets to come on and do this. So he's really, you're going to be hearing from Dave a lot. And Dave, good news. Your swag is headed your way very shortly, cool. I am told. So I just got an email about that today from Patreon saying we're about to ship this stuff out. And I was like, good, finally. So congratulations on that. And
thank you.
Yeah. Well done, sir. And everybody make sure you're tuning in to Very Local, the Very Local app, Very Local. Is it specifically Very Local Pittsburgh, or is the app just called Very Local, and we will get it for Pittsburgh if we're here?
Yeah, once you download the app, it asks you for your market. Okay. So you can live anywhere in the world. We could watch any other market we wanted, but you'll select Pittsburgh.
There you go.
And then Plate It Pittsburgh.
Plate It Pittsburgh.
New episodes every Thursday.
There it is, every Thursday. So this is coming out on the 22nd, Tuesday the 22nd. That means Thursday the 24th, folks. Tune in for the next one. Hopefully you caught the first three, and now catch the fourth one. And we'll see you next week.
Awesome. Thank you, guys.
Hey everybody, Matt Hartman again. Thanks so much for listening to Drunkard's Walk. A big thank you to Jesse Ellie for our theme music and Nick Jaramillo for our artwork. Also a big thank you to Dave Forman and Briana White for being our guests this week. If you haven't checked out Plate It Pittsburgh yet on the Very Local app that you can find on your Fire Stick or your Roku or wherever, go ahead and check that out. It's a great show going into, I believe it's fourth week right now. Should have a new episode on Thursday, but there's already 3 episodes out there for you to check out. Also, if you haven't had a chance to go and nominate us for Best Podcast in Pittsburgh in the Pittsburgh Magazine Best of the Burgh, please go and do that. You can find a link directly there to that nomination page on our Facebook page, the Drunkard's Walk Facebook page. It is pinned right there, so you can go ahead and follow that link, or just go over to Pittsburgh Magazine and go to their Best of the Burgh section, find the arts and entertainment section, go to podcast, and just put in our name. That would be great. We'd really appreciate it. And you can do that actually until the 26th of March. That is a Saturday. So also, if you happen to live in the Pittsburgh area and are interested in going to see a live show, you could come out on March 25th, that is this coming Friday, if you're listening to this the week it came out, at 8 o'clock at Arcade Comedy Theater to see Comedy Royale. It's a show that I produce, and I will be hosting the show. Jethro will be in the show. So if you'd love to see our actual smiling faces and see us do a little bit of short-form improv comedy, you can do that. Go to arcadecomedytheater.com to get your tickets in advance. You do have to be vaccinated. You have to wear a mask and all that jazz, just like the world that we live in now. So we'd really love to see you out there, and we hope that you enjoy listening to this and that you'll continue to do so. We'll see you next week.